You're driving home from work on a Tuesday afternoon. The sun is setting and the traffic is heavy, but at least you're moving. You glance in your mirror and notice a dark blue SUV 2 cars back. You take your usual exit and head toward your neighborhood. 5 minutes later, you look again and that blue SUV is still there. This is the moment where most people start to panic. They speed up or they start making random turns without a plan. But if you want to handle this like a professional, you have to stay calm. Panic leads to mistakes, and mistakes lead to accidents, and accidents can lead to escalating a dangerous situation. The first thing you need to do is verify if that car is actually following you or if they are just heading in the same direction. How can you be absolutely sure someone is tailing you without making it obvious that you are checking? The most effective way to confirm a tail is using what we refer to as the box maneuver. This is a series of 4 right turns or 4 left turns that eventually bring you right back to the street you started on. Think about it for a second. There's almost no reason for a normal driver to make 4 consecutive turns in a circle unless they are lost or if they're following you. As you make these turns, do not speed up, do not slow down. Drive the speed limit and use your turn signals. You want to look like a person who is just looking for an address. If that blue SUV is still behind you after the 3rd turn, you can be almost certain you have a tail. Now that you have confirmed it, what is the safest way to break the connection without breaking the law or endangering anybody? This video is sponsored by OREP Insurance and Working PI Magazine. OREP is a leading provider of private investigator liability insurance. Visit orep.org for a quote today. So you've confirmed the SUV is following you. You might feel the urge to pull over and confront them, but that is the last thing you should do. You have no idea who is in that car or what their intentions are. Instead, you need to start looking for natural breaks in traffic. Traffic lights are your best friend in this situation. If you see a light that is about to turn red, you can time your approach so you pass through it just as it transitions. If the person following you is a professional, they might not want to run a red light and risk getting pulled over by the police. But what happens if they do run the light or if they catch up to you at the next one? As you continue through the city, you need to think about your surroundings. Never lead a tail to your home, a relative's or a friend's home, or your place of work. This gives the person following you valuable information they may be looking for. Instead, stay on main roads, arterial roads, and collector streets with plenty of other traffic and people. You want to be in a position where there are witnesses and cameras everywhere. If you feel the situation is becoming unsafe, your priority shifts from losing the tail to finding help. Do you know where the nearest police station or fire station is located from where you are right now? It is a good habit to always know the location of public safety buildings in the areas that you frequent. You have been through several intersections now, and the SUV is still hovering a few cars back. Now is the time to use lane changes to your advantage. Move to the far left, then back to the center. Watch how the vehicle behind you reacts. Do they mimic every move you make? If they do, they are definitely surveilling you. At this point, you should be looking for a way to put a physical barrier between you and them. This could be a large truck, a bus, or even a train crossing. If you can get across a train track just before the arms come down, you have successfully broken the tail. But what if there are no trains and no heavy trucks to hide behind? Really quick, if you're finding this information helpful, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to dive even deeper into surveillance and counter-surveillance techniques, consider becoming a channel member. Members get access to exclusive content and behind-the-scenes insights that you won't find anywhere else. Your support allows this channel to grow and stay active. Now let's get back to the road. You're still being followed and the environment is changing. Maybe you are moving from a busy commercial area into a more residential or rural area. This is where things get tricky because there are fewer places to hide. If you find yourself on a long stretch of road with no turns, you need to create an opportunity. One legal way to do this is to pull into a very busy gas station or a crowded shopping center. Now, don't stop at any dark corners or alleyways. Pull right up to the front doors where there is a lot of foot traffic. Get out of your car and walk inside the store. Watch the entrance from a safe distance inside. Does the SUV pull in too? Do they park and wait? By moving into a public building, you have changed the dynamic from a vehicle pursuit to a foot surveillance. If the person stays in their car and waits for you to come out, well, you have a few options. You can call a friend or family member and ask them to meet you there. Sometimes just having another person present is enough to discourage a stalker or even an investigator. You can also call the non-emergency police line and explain that you believe you are being followed. Give them the make, model, and license plate of the vehicle if you have it. Now, never put yourself in a position where you are trapped in a parking lot with only one exit. Always have an escape route planned before you even put the car in park. Another effective technique is the old highway exit trick. If you're on a multi-lane highway, stay in the center lane until the very last second before an exit. Check your mirrors, and if it is safe, move over and take the exit. Watch the vehicle behind you. If they try to swerve across 3 lanes of traffic to follow you, they are being very aggressive, and you should head straight to a police station or another safe place. If they miss the exit, they will have to go to the next one and double back, which gives you several minutes of lead time to disappear and continue your plans for the day. Parking garages are excellent for losing tails too, because they have multiple levels and often multiple exits. If you enter a large garage, go up 2 or 3 levels, then immediately take the stairs or elevator back down to the street level and leave through a different exit if possible. This works best if you are in a city with high density parking. The goal is to create enough turns and level changes that the person following you loses visual contact. Once visual contact is broken, the tail is effectively over as long as you do not return to your original route. Remember that the law is always on your side as long as you stay within the rules of the road. You do not need to drive 100 miles per hour to lose somebody. You just need to be more observant and more patient than they are. Most people following you are hoping you won't notice them. Once they realize you're onto them and that you are heading toward a police station or a very crowded area, they will oftentimes break off the surveillance on their own. They don't want to get caught or identified any more than you want to be followed. Now, here are some core principles to remember. Stay calm. Verify the tail with a box maneuver. Stay in well-lit public areas and use traffic patterns to your advantage. Never lead them home and never hesitate to call for help if you feel you're in danger. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and want more tips on how to stay safe and navigate the world of private investigations, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. And if you want to support the channel even more, click the join button to become a member today.